Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
Welcome back to the Friendo Club's Extravaganza Prediction Special for Elimination Chamber 2025 in Toronto. Do you know what the pay-per-view, the premium live event, is referred to as in Germany?
No Escape.
How'd you know that?
Because they accidentally ran graphics for it like a couple weeks back.
I just saw that on Wikipedia the other day. Thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, we're going to do our predictions for No Escape Toronto.
Yes.
And of course, we've got the big predictions challenge. If you guys want in on the predictions challenge, you can go to youtube.com/Steven Larson, click join. And then right after this video goes live, we're going to be putting up the predictions form. So it'll be there for you. But this is where we give you guys our predictions for Elimination Chamber, a.k.a. No Escape.
Non-binding predictions. These are for entertainment purposes only, unofficial. We use confidence points here
Yeah, we do.
at Friendo Club. So there's 4 matches here at Elimination Chamber. The match you're most confident in, you give 4 confidence points. The match you're least confident in, you give 1 confidence point, so on and so forth. Each match has a unique confidence point value. You get that pick right, you get those points. We add up all the points at the end of the monthly predictions challenge. Whoever has most points gets a hat.
A really nice hat. I haven't made it yet, but it's going to be really nice because
It's going to be really nice.
Everything I do, it's gold.
All right, let's get into it, Steve. Let's start off here with the women's elimination chamber match. You got Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Who's winning it, and who's facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania?
All right, man. This is what I'm going to do for this particular episode of the Friendo Clubs. I'm going to ignore all them dirt sheets and just go by what I see on the screen. All right? Because I know that the story is they're looking at doing Rhea Bianca this year at WrestleMania. I don't know how this is going to affect my actual prediction, but for this, I'm going to go with what I see on television, man. Roxanne and Bayley cancel each other out. Bianca and Naomi are clearly heading for a split. They cancel each other out. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have history. Alexa Bliss, it doesn't make it. There's just nothing there. There's no history there. There's nothing there. So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. I think that it's not a coincidence that her and Raquel attacked Rhea and Io those weeks ago. Io has her matchup at the Raw after Elimination Chamber. Somehow, some way, they wonk that shit so that Liv, Rhea, and Io ends up being the WrestleMania match. That makes the most sense on paper. If they don't do that, it's kind of dumb, but it's entirely possible that the dirt sheets are right and Bianca and Rhea is going to be the thing. The story says Liv.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and I would not be shocked if we get Io, Liv, and Rhea at WrestleMania. Oh, how many confidence points do you have on that one?
Only one, because, I mean, dude, none of this stuff really, makes a ton of sense. So I'm just going to go 1 on that one.
Because you mentioned your rationale for Liv winning, and that makes all the sense. I understand why they want to do Bianca versus Rhea, because that's a huge match, but that's a match I feel like you take your time, you build to, because it could be a main event.
Definitely
Alexa's just coming back. Maybe they want to give her a push, but then again, she wasn't in the Rumble very long.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley, she's one of the top performers in the company. If she wins this, I wouldn't be shocked. But at the same time, she's involved in something with Roxanne seems unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
And whether Naomi's going to feud with Bianca or Jade heading into Mania season, it's going to be either Bianca or Jade, and it's not going to be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
For the sake of conversation, because I don't know who I'm picking in my final picks.
Yeah, right.
But for the sake of conversation, I'm going to say Bianca with 1.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of late, we see this with Tiffany and Charlotte. Triple H is like, I want this match to happen. Fans want this match to happen. Therefore, it's going to happen whether there's a decent story going into it or not.
Sure.
And that might just be his mindset for some of these matches leading into WrestleMania, because it kind of seems like there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of moving pieces that are still kind of settling into place.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll say Bianca with one right now. Obviously, we're doing this before SmackDown. That could totally change based on what happens on SmackDown. I think like 3 weeks ago, I would have been a lot more confident in Liv winning to set up the scenario which you laid out, Rhea, Liv, Io. But with Bianca dropping the tag titles, kind of opens up the door for her to potentially get the win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, they could always do the thing where, because Bianca and Naomi are both like, hey, you know what? If one of us is going to win this thing, and they could motivate Naomi attacking Bianca based on Bianca winning, and then between now and Mania, deal with, or maybe they do the thing where Naomi attacks Bianca. Jade makes her big return for the save, says, you attacked me, and then that leads to Jade Naomi, and then Bianca has to go do the world title stuff, but says, I'm going to get mine back when I'm done with this. That's a possibility as well.
That could be. Let's talk about unsanctioned match.
Oh, yeah.
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Outside of one match, I feel like a lot of these matches can go like any number of directions.
Sure.
I can see. I'm going to say Kevin Owens is going to win this. Because I feel like they're still telling the story of Sami Zayn kind of looking out for himself. And not to say that he's going to look out for Kevin Owens, but I don't know if he's going to be willing to do what it takes to beat Kevin Owens to the same degree that Kevin Owens is obviously willing to do to Sami Zayn. Sami's walking the match with a neck injury because of the package pile driver. I feel like Kevin Owens needs a win after losing the Cody feud. Sami takes losses all the time. To a certain degree, he's immune to losing. He's still going to be popular. And maybe a loss here is what helps motivate him to really start focusing on his own success rather than, as Kevin Owens mentioned, helping Roman in the Rumble, so on and so forth. So just because I have to give 3 confidence points to something, and the chamber matches can go any number of ways, I have to give 3 confidence points to Kevin Owens winning this one.
The only thing, I agree with everything you say, including, well, actually I have 2 confidence points on it. Because who's the person in this match that does not feel comfortable going to these lengths? It's Sami Zayn. He says, I went to his house and I saw his mom and I felt terrible about it. Oh, that doesn't bode well for your chances in an unsanctioned match then, does it, Sami Zayn?
Nope.
Because you're going to, at some point, you are going to flinch. You are going to hesitate the way Kevin Owens did against Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens ain't doing that anymore. Sami Zayn will win the rematch at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens wins this. My only hesitation there is that they're in Toronto, and usually you would think that maybe a good Canadian would win this. Like Sami Zayn would win this because he's the good guy and pop the crowd big.
Well, let's talk about this next match. You got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, Toronto's own Trish Stratus, taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Let me guess, Steve. Tiffany and Trish, 4 confidence points.
Yeah. I got nothing clever to say. No interesting quips. There's nothing more needs to be said here. This match is exclusively set up to pop the crowd.
Yes, and here in this instance, you get babyface Trish Stratus from Canada getting the win, perhaps even pinning Candice LeRae.
They could do a thing with Kevin and Sami. Dude, I feel like whoever loses that match is going to go out on a stretcher. They could do the thing where the 3 count hits and Sami Zayn gets his heat back and that blows up the crowd.
Could be.
They could do that. They start to stretcher him off. He's done. He's lost. And he gets off the stretcher and he goes and he attacks Kevin again, gets the upper hand. Crowd goes crazy for that. Doesn't matter that he lost. That could be.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, Trish Stratus, yeah. You just called it exactly right. Trish gets the win over Candice LeRae, 1,000%.
All right, finally, men's Elimination Chamber match. Winner of this match faces Cody Rhodes. Main event. Probably night 2 of WrestleMania. You got John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. So if we apply the similar logic we did the women's title or the chamber match.
Yep.
Again, if we're being informed by what the reporting is, then Drew and Damian Priest are going to kind of cancel each other out.
There's also, I mean, look, you can look at the long-term story on that one. In that, I still like that match because Priest cost Drew.
Yeah.
Priest cashed in on Drew at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. They can rematch that at WrestleMania where Drew gets the win and kicks his year off for reals. So I think it's entirely, and plus they had the Rumble bit. So even by what you see on the screen, that makes sense. Priest, Drew cancel each other out.
So that leaves Cena, Punk, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins.
Logan Paul's already had a Cody Rhodes match. They're not going to do that again.
Nope. Logan's out. So that leaves Seth, Punk, and Cena.
What do you think Seth cares more about? Winning this match or ensuring Punk doesn't win this match?
The latter.
Seth and Punk cancel each other out.
John Cena wins. 2 conference points.
I got 3 on John Cena, man. I think that math is sound. I think the logic is sound. I think John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Plus you've got the dirt sheet reporting. This is a match they want to do for a long time. So I think all that works. He was on the promotional material. He's got to win
all over
something.
The promotional material. He's all over it.
He's like everybody's there, and then he's in the front like this, doing this shit.
Yeah,
you know. So, yeah, I got 3 on Cena, man. I got 3 on Cena. I think that Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens one, that shit can go anywhere. I think that what we talked about is probably right, but I don't know.
Yeah. They could tell the story of Sami kind of finding that next level during the course of the match, you know.
If Punk didn't talk so incessantly about winning everything he does that he ends up losing, then maybe I'd give him more stock.
He's got to express some measure of doubt for him to find the success he really wants to attain.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Finally, Steve, is Cody Rhodes going to accept The Rock's offer?
Oh man, I think he will accept his offer to. Fuck, I can't. That doesn't make any sense. No, he's not going to accept the offer.
No, he's not going to. Not at all. No.
You know what he could say? What if he says this? He says, "Rock, I already am your champion. Look at me. Selling merch left and right. Sellouts everywhere we go. I'm already your champion, Rock."
I thought about this. What more does The Rock want?
Yeah, good point. I don't know.
You know, and I guess what does The Rock have to offer? Movie roles? I feel like if
Cody's like, I've seen your movies, Rock. Gonna have to do better than that.
Like, I feel like Cody could go to auditions. His name will open doors.
What if he says, I want my own prestige television show?
Cody says that?
Yeah. Rock had an HBO show, Ballers.
Yeah, Ballers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like Cody could sit down, write up a treatment. It's a story about him and Pharaoh. I don't know what.
Oh, yeah. Like a post-apocalypse thing?
Sure, yeah. That kind of sounds like Fallout, but whatever.
How about this? Even better. They reimagine I Am Legend. And instead of Will Smith and the dog, it's Cody Rhodes and the dog.
Pharaoh.
All
right. There you go.
Except he's like, you know that scene where spoiler alert, where he has to put down his dog because he got bit by a zombie guy? That doesn't happen.
Yeah, we're not doing that part.
We don't not doing that part. Dog lives.
If anything, it's the opposite.
Yeah, right.
I get bit by the zombie vampire, and then Pharaoh has to put me down. Yeah. So he just bites me to death. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for this edition of Predictions. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to be doing our watch along of the Elimination Chamber live. So be sure to join us for that over at the podcast channel, youtube.com/Stephen Larson. And of course, at our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Stephen Larson. Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.